Our children and the world of online. It's a deep dilemma because those of us who were blessed, and to me it really feels like a blessing, to grow up when we didn't have smartphones, to grow up where discovering one identity within you was hard enough. Am I a jock? Am I an academic? Am I, the homecoming king or queen? Or am I the, best at math? Am I the football player? Or am I the musician? Or am I the rebel? Or, in school there's all of these little groups and cliques, and kids identify so much based on which group they're in. And it's hard enough figuring out who you are. On the most basic level, I don't even mean on the spiritual level, on just the most basic level. Without having to simultaneously curate an online identity. Kids these days not only have to figure out who they really are, but they also have to curate an identity that is a very manicured or embellished or completely different identity than who they are. And I can't even begin to imagine how difficult it must be. I see it. I see it in kids. I feel that struggle. I watch it. But what that must be like to be 10, 11, 12, 16 and trying to figure out who you are, and simultaneously trying to figure out what you have to say, wear, do to get the most likes online. From over here, it looks like torture. So the first piece is have compassion. They're really juggling an awful lot. But number 2, help your son understand. Don't take him away from it, because unfortunately we cannot rewind history. We cannot uninvent the smartphone. We can't uninvent social media. And so our tools become, number 1, how do we use these in positive ways? Because of course, they're just tools. Like fire is a tool. It can either cook your food or burn down your house. This technology is just a tool. It can either share and spread spirituality, inspiration. Look, here you are having satsang on YouTube or on Facebook. So that same technology actually can be a technology of spirituality. It's not the problem of the technology. But what your son needs is for you to understand how difficult it is for him to A, maneuver his way through school and his friend circle, and B, have to pay so much attention not only to who's talking to him at school or who he's eating lunch with or what parties he's going to, but this whole other parallel world of how many followers, how many likes, how many comments, how many watches, how many views. Have compassion for that. But also remember that parents, since time immemorial, long before there were smartphones, parents have been telling their children, get off the phone, turn off the TV, And even if it was just an old TV with a dial, nonetheless, the kids would scream and cry, "No, no, no, Mom, just one more show." I remember saying to my parents, "No, this is my favorite commercial. Just let me watch this commercial." And they would laugh because, of course, how pathetic. But it's that urge, just another 2 minutes. Even the show's not on, but just another, my favorite commercial. So parents have been turning off TVs while kids kick and scream. Parents have been pushing down the button on the phone, the old phones that actually had little buttons that went up and down, to hang up the phone, while kids kicked and screamed and cried. This is a part of parenting. Just because we're now doing it on smartphones or digitally doesn't mean that somehow parents aren't going to have to go through the same thing that parents have always gone through, which is to learn to say no. And then to have the courage to deal with it when your son says, "I hate you. You're the worst mom ever. All of my friends' mothers let them on YouTube all night long." But welcome to being a parent. I used to yell at my parents for not letting me eat sugar cereal. My best friend who lived next door was allowed to eat all of the junk he wanted. And I used to go over there in the morning and eat bowl after bowl of Lucky Charms cereal because I wasn't allowed to have it at home. And would yell at my parents, "I hate you, it's not fair. Why can Robbie have Lucky Charms and I can't have Lucky Charms?" But you know what? They never gave in. They never said, "Oh, you hate us? Okay, you can eat Lucky Charms. Oh, you're angry? Okay, you can have Lucky Charms." They did what parents have always done, which is they said, "I'm so sorry you're upset. Deal with it." Or, "I'm so sorry you're upset. Someday you will thank me." Which of course I do, because thanks to them I was raised with really, really healthy eating habits. In the same way, have that courage to put your foot down. Turn off the Wi-Fi in the house if you need to. Do whatever you need to do. That's what parental controls are for. Implement them. And you'll get kicking and screaming, but that's okay. And in terms of spirituality, well, he likes YouTube. So maybe introduce him to some spiritual things that are coming on YouTube. Whether it's lectures, satsang, whether it's chanting, whatever it may be, there's so much. Introduce him there. Maybe there's a wonderful meditation channel. Or bring him to sit next to you while we have our online meditations on Mondays and Fridays. Whatever it may be. Or next time he asks you a question, tell him, "I'll ask that in satsang. You can watch it with me on YouTube." Try not to draw this line between technology and spirituality. Because technology can also be a tool of spirituality. Help them understand technology is just a tool. How they use it is up to them. And like everything, there are limits. And as the mom and the dad, you get to set the limits.